Okay, so I'm doing my the first exploring different house. I'm really excited about this one. I put a lot of thought and effort into it. So, basically my why statement is to uplift people of color so that they feel included in the beauty community. If you don't know, the beauty community doesn't include people of color as much as you might think. They include it. So I came up with this project called Project Adapts, and it's anti-discrimination against people of color through security, support, and safety. So that's basically would be my how, and this is my why statement. So the problems in the beauty community and why I want to change it. So there's colorism. If you don't know what colorism is, it's basically where they prefer to make products for people with lighter skin tones than people with darker skin tones, which you might not think that's like as big of a problem as it is, because there's Fenty Beauty, and some companies are starting to bring up more foundations and stuff with darker skin tones. But it's all because Fenty Beauty started it. They didn't have their own initial idea to do it. They're just doing it because it's becoming a trend, which it shouldn't be a trend. And there's not enough shades, tones, and colors for people of color to use. If you notice that there's a lot of highlighter shades that are really too what they consider too frosty or too cool tone for people with darker skin tones, and that's not flattering. It's not fair that we don't get all of the inclusive like everyone else does. People of color models and mentors are overlooked as opposed to white people, where they're like uplifted and all of their content is looked at and famed and loved over, where if a person of color did the same thing, it would just be like not a big deal, and that's a problem. And I feel like people of color deserve the credit and the love that they work hard for. We deserve better, so that's why I want to do this. So the skills included would be obviously creativity, because it has to deal with the beauty and cosmetology community. Patience, because you'll be dealing with a lot of people who might not have the same idea and same belief as you, which can be frustrating. You'll need kindness, because you have to, like I said, you have to uplift each other and also be able to show other people why this is something you're passionate about. And I'll need leadership, since I'll be like the person running it, kind of. And I'll also need knowledge of these situations and of the problems within the community. So I've talked about this a lot with my family and my parents, so I already have support from them and from other people of color beauty content creators. And I'd also need support from people of color in general, even if they don't do makeup or even if they don't think it's that big of a deal. Having their support in general would be really helpful. And so for funding, I'm not really sure about why does it keep doing that? I'm not really sure about how much I would need and stuff about that, but I would be using money out of my own pocket, grants to help fund a form, and probably donations. So for mentors, I have Miss Ford, because she runs the cosmetology club in her school. Mr. Patterson / the ILU, which is the Indianapolis Urban League. If you don't know what that is, then it's basically an organization for helping people of color, specifically black people. And the NAACP, which, to be frank, I can't remember what that stands for, but it is another black-owned and black helping organization. And I had some inspirations for this project because it's something I've been passionate about and been thinking about for a long time now. Which my inspirations are Jackie Aina, Rihanna, and Fenty Beauty. One of my friends on Instagram, Poisonous Prim Donna, because she's probably the one that prompted me to do this idea. Alyssa Ashley on YouTube and Kenny JD on YouTube. And so some possible issues, I did take a while to think about this because there's a lot that goes into this project. We're talking about anti-discrimination and race, which is something that not a lot of people are comfortable with talking about. So I need problems that I would probably have is people's understanding of why this is a problem to begin with. And it'll also be hard to, I feel like it might be hard to advance with the companies that use colorism and that support that idea. And also the lack of acknowledgement that the community already has. It's going to be a little difficult to gain more acknowledgement for this. So from left to right, this is Jackie Aina. She's a Nigerian-American beauty YouTuber who advocates for visibility of people of color in the cosmetic community. You've probably seen her on Too Faced products. She did a collaboration with Too Faced not too long ago that included many more shades in their foundation line. This is Alyssa Ashley. She's 24 years old. She's an American YouTuber who does beauty for black people. This, of course, is Brianna. She's 31, and she's actually, I think it's pronounced Barbadian. She's a Barbadian singer, fashion designer, actress, and businesswoman. And this is Kenny JD. She is 19. She's a black YouTuber who does K-beauty. And all four of these women speak a lot about how people of color are not as recognized as they should be in the community, which is why I look up to them and have them as my inspiration. And so success would really just look like, general advance and improvement within the community. Being able to have an impact on anyone, even if it's just one person, to convince them that, like, hey, you're beautiful in whatever skin tone you have. That's going to be, like, something that I feel like would be a success. Just being able to reach out to one person and make a difference in how they view themselves and how they view the world. And so, people could change their views and response from a forum that I plan to make if I go through with this how. And an artifact could be that makeup companies eventually stop using colorism and start including more shades in their foundations and in their palettes and etc. to help complement darker skin tones. And like I said, impacting even just one person would mean the world to me, and giving people of color the courage and strength that they want and need. Sorry, that was kind of long. Yeah. So